Welcome to lecture number 20. So in previous session, to summarize, we had considered introduction of differential and difference equations. We are continuing the same topic in this session. And in previous session, we could complete the topic on impulse response, convolution sum, convolution integral, as well as the system properties and the relation between system properties and impulse response. And we had introduced on difference and differential equations. I had shown some general forms of it. Now we will continue from the same point. Let me share my screen. In lecture number 20, we are covering the following topics of chapter number 2, that is time domain representation of LTI system. Solving differential and difference equations, homogeneous solution, and particular solution. These are the topics that we are covering in this lecture. To begin with, the solving differential and difference equations are covered in 3 subtopics. Those topics are homogeneous solution is the first topic, particular solution is the second topic, and the last one being complete solution. So here, the output of the system is described by difference or differential equation may be expressed as sum of these two components. For example, if I represent this as y superscript h, as this is a homogeneous solution denotation, and for particular solution y superscript enclosed in the brace p. If these two are the denotations for homogeneous solution and particular solution, the complete solution is given as y is equal to y h plus y p. So sum of the two components, that is homogeneous solution and particular solution, will get you the complete solution. So here we go on. The homogeneous solution, we already know the general form of differential or difference equation. Now I'm writing the homogeneous solutions general form. Homogeneous solution general form. Okay. So this is how it looks. Summation k is equal to 0 till n ak d by dt k. So here also k y of t homogeneous solution related equal to 0. What I'm doing is, in the general form, we had even the right hand side of the terms of x of t input. Here the terms of x of t I am making it to 0. So this is the first step for finding the homogeneous solutions. So what we are supposed to do is, we have to equate the terms of y to equal to 0. This is what we need to do. In this case, the homogeneous solution, this is actually homogeneous equation. I could have written it as equation. The homogeneous solution I will be writing now. The homogeneous solution for a CTS stands for continuous time, is in the form like this. Y h of t is equal to summation I is equal to 1 till n ci e raised to rit. This is a general form. Okay, you need to remember this general form. Until I solve for some numerical examples, you will feel that this is a bit complex, but it is quite easy. Okay, so next is where ri is a root. Okay, you have n roots, i ranging from 1 to n. You have n roots possible. Okay, that's the meaning. And we write some characteristic equation form. Equation form looks like summation k is equal to 0 till n ak r raised to k equal to 0. This is how the characteristic equation looks for continuous time. These all things, whatever I have written, this is for continuous time systems. Now, similarly, if I want to write for discrete time, for DTS, the things looks in this fashion. Summation k is equal to 0, ranging till n ak yh of n minus k, because this is homogeneous equation it is. Okay, I'm writing homogeneous equation. That's why I have to make the right hand side 0. The terms of x with 0 should make it 0. Now if I write homogeneous solution, it looks like y h of n, here it is n because it is a discrete time, summation I is equal to 1 till n ci into ri raised to n, where ri is roots ranging from 1 to n. That's the meaning of roots. Okay, now if I want to write characteristic equation for DTS system, it would give me summation k is equal to 0 till n ak r raised to n minus k equal to 0. You remember these three things for both discrete time as well as continuous time. I'll take its reference in solving the numerical example. After solving at least one numerical example, it will be okay for you. It will be understandable for you. So I want your patience up till then. Now, I'll give you one table which will help you in solving the numericals. Okay, the table goes like this. The first column represents roots of characteristic equation. The second column represents terms in the homogeneous equation. You know, there is one more name for homogeneous equation, that is natural response. So we will talk about it later. Natural response. Okay. So these are the two columns I'm using this just for making our job simple for solving the problem. Here, if roots are real, the characteristic equation means it will be some quadratic kind of equation, polynomial. We can find out the roots of it if they are real. Real means like R1 and R2 are the roots, thinking that it's order 2. So R1 and R2 are the roots. In that case, the terms in the homogeneous equation looks like homogeneous solution, I can say solution looks like yh of t is equal to c1 e raised to r1t plus c2 e raised to r2t. This is how it looks. If same root, if I'll write the special case here with other ink. If R1 and R2 are same, that is same roots appear. If same roots appear, okay, then what happens is the equation looks like this. YH of t is equal to C1 e raised to R1t plus C2, as R1 and R2 both are same. R1, R2 both are same because it is same. So if you write it here, that will be not the terms of the second term of the homogeneous solution. You should have written it as t into e raised to rit. These are the standard form. Whatever I'm having here, all the roots are same, so you should write it as c2 into t into e raised to rit. If you have three roots, think that you have a polynomial, you got three roots, r1 equal to r2 equal to r3, then you should have written it as, if all three roots are same, then you should write it as c1 e raised to rit plus c2 t into e raised to rit plus c3 t square e raised to rit, like that. For fourth root, t cube, it goes on like that. If all the roots are not same, then you should write it in c1 e raised to r1t plus c2 e raised to r2t plus c3 e raised to r3t, like that it goes on. So this is a case if the roots are real. Now, if the roots are imaginary, then what happens? That we will consider now. If the roots are imaginary, this is the first one, this is the second one. Imaginary roots are represented by plus or minus j omega. If in this case, if I want to write the terms of the homogeneous solution, it would look like C1 cos omega t plus C2 sin omega t. This is for imaginary. And for complex number, minus alpha plus or minus j omega. You can take it as plus as well, you can take it as minus as well. Why I am taking it as minus? Because here it will help you to write the general form. YH of t homogeneous solution is equal to e raised to minus alpha, whatever sign I'll be having, that I'll be writing here. Alpha raised to alpha into t into the bracket C1 cos omega t plus C2 sin omega t. So this is the solution for the given homogeneous solution or characteristic equation. Whatever I wrote now till now, this is for CTS. Now for DTS also there is an equation possible. For that, how we should write? For DTS, first one, if the roots are R1 and R2, so we get it as C1 R1 raised to n because it is discrete time plus C2 R2 raised to n. So this gives the table. This table is very important and you need to remember this table or refer to this table whenever you solve the numericals. Okay, so I'll be taking its reference of this table in future problems when I solve it. So let us now take the first problem, very first problem. So the question goes like this: determine the homogeneous solution for the system described by following difference or differential equation. You need to determine the homogeneous solution. Okay, so this is what you need to find. So what is given? Given is differential or difference equation. It is given as d square by dt square. This is a question. Y of t plus phi into d by dt of y of t plus 6 into y of t is equal to 2 into x of t plus d by dt x of t. This is a question given. Now we need to solve for the homogeneous solution. So we have been asked to determine the homogeneous solution. Solution goes like this. First, you need to write homogeneous equation. Please be careful here. Homogeneous equation, how it is written? It is written by making x of t equal to 0. The terms with x of t, you should make it 0. That will get you homogeneous solution. So what happens here? Here d square by dt square. First problem, I'll write elaborating all the steps. From second problem onwards, I'll skip the easier steps. Okay. Plus 6 into y of t, which is should be equated to all the terms with x of t should be made 0. This is homogeneous solution. After homogeneous solution, you need to write homogeneous equation, but a homogeneous solution. After writing homogeneous equation, you need to write homogeneous solution. For writing homogeneous solution, I need to know the roots of the equation. So these are the homogeneous solution, but whether I have to write it in this fashion or this fashion or this fashion, I don't know, because this can be decided only on the basis of the nature of the roots, whether they are real or same, imaginary or complex, whatever it is. So hence I write the characteristic equation first. So characteristic equation is written as the general form had shown you here. It is ak r raised to k. Wherever you have d by dt raised to k, you replace d by dt with r, ak as it is. Okay. So this goes d by dt should be replaced with r square, don't write y of t, plus phi into d by dt should be replaced with r plus d by dt is not there, just write constant 6. This is your characteristic equation. Now solving this characteristic equation with the factorization or whatever method you are comfortable, you can do it. So r square plus I can write 3r plus 2r plus 6. This is by factorization. You get it as r if I take common r plus 3 plus 2 if I take common r plus 3, both equated to 0. you get it as r plus 3 into r plus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore roots are real, where r1 is equal to r plus 3 equal to 0 is r equal to minus 3, that I write it as r1 equal to minus 3 comma r2 is minus 2. So these are the roots, both are real. So hence when they are real, I need to supply homogeneous solution of the first section. These are real roots, so this one I have to write. So homogeneous solution, solution form. Which form it will be? It will be of YH of t. This is equal to C1 e raised to, I just copy it here, C1 e raised to R1t plus C2 e raised to R2t. Now I substitute R1 and R2 here. So if I substitute, the final homogeneous solution for this problem gives us C1 into e raised to minus 3t plus C2 e raised to minus 2t. So this is your final answer, homogeneous solution. Very simple. Okay. So in this fashion, we go on solving the next example. The second example goes like this. Again, the difference or differential equation has been given. You should determine the homogeneous solution, but there are some initial conditions given here. Let us see. These are given things. D square by dt square y of t plus 2 into d by dt of y of t plus y of t is equal to 0. This is a given differential and difference equation. Directly they have made the input term 0 with some initial conditions are given. Initial conditions are specified as, here I write y of 0 is equal to 1 and y dash of 0 is equal to 1. I had told you already earlier that y dash means differentiation of y. Differentiation of y will get me y dash. These are the initial conditions. The solution goes like this. The very first thing that you are supposed to do is, I don't write homogeneous equation, already it is in that homogeneous equation form, and I directly go for characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. So for writing characteristic equation, replace d by dt with r. R square plus 2r plus 1 is equal to 0. So this would get me r plus 1 whole square. It's as simple as that, which is equal to 0. Hence, r is equal to minus 1 comma minus 1. So let me, both roots are same. Roots are real and same. So in this case, the homogeneous solution is written as, refer the table that is given. So it is of the first section. First section, when same roots, you need to write C1 e raised to r I t plus C2 t into e raised to r I t. That is what you are supposed to write. C1 e raised to r1 of t or else r of t plus C2 t into e raised to r of t. Both means same. Let me write it as r1 and r1 because both are same. So this is a homogeneous equation form it is. Now I need to substitute the actual r, that is C1 e raised to minus t, minus 1 into t is minus t, plus C2 into t2 e raised to minus t. This is your homogeneous equation. Here initial conditions are given, means we need to further solve it. I call it as equation 1. There is some initial condition given, so we will solve for that. Before I go for solving, this is yh of t. Now I need to take its differentiation because initial condition is given with a differentiation. So differentiating equation 1 would get me y dash of h of t, which is nothing but d by dt yh of t. Both mean same, which is nothing but I have to differentiate it. When I differentiate it, C1 is constant. E raised to 80 will give me e raised to 80 itself. Here A's place is occupied by minus, and that should be taken here, compensated. So this is the differentiation, plus C2 I'll take it common because it is differentiation of U into V form. So first I consider, I take T outside. Differentiation of e raised to minus t will give me minus into e raised to minus t. So hence I get it as minus t e raised to minus t, plus now I keep e raised to minus t as outside. So differentiation of t is given by 1. So I write it as only this much. So now applying initial conditions. Apply initial conditions. Apply initial conditions. So first one is y of, put y of 0 equal to 1. So you get y of 0 equal to 1 means the equation 1. This I call it as equation 2. This in equation 1. So what happens? So yh of 0 or y of 0, simply I write it as y of 0 is equal to c1 e raised to 0, because t is 0 here, c2 0 e raised to 0. So you get it as 1 is equal to c1, because e raised to 0 is 1. So here 0 into anything is 0. So hence c1 is equal to 1. This is what I got by supplying initial condition number 1. Now put y dash of 0 is equal to 1 in equation 2. So I get it as y dash of 0, this is y dash of 0 equal to minus c1 e raised to 0 plus c2. So here minus into 0 e raised to 0 plus e raised to 0. So you get it as 1 is equal to minus c1 plus c2, because this goes off, this is 1 into c2 is c2. So I supply c1 equal to 1. So put c1 is equal to 1, you get it as 1 is equal to minus 1 plus c2. So this minus 1 I'll take it on the other side. I get it as c2 is equal to 2. c2 is equal to 2. So c1 is 1, c2 is 2. So I substitute the same in equation 1. So I take the next slide. From equation 1, y h of t is equal to, in place of c1 I should write 1 into e raised to minus t. I don't write 1, it is by default 1 into e raised to minus t, plus c2 means 2, plus 2 into t e raised to minus t. So this is the final homogeneous solution. So I'll proceed with the third one. Third one, slightly I change the problem. I take DTS, discrete time system I'll take now. For discrete time system, the given equation is y of n minus 9 by 16 y of n minus 2. This is equal to x of n minus 1. This is a discrete time solution or equation given, system given. Now we need to find out the homogeneous solution for that. No initial condition, nothing is given. Very simple it is. Very first is I should make x of t equal to 0 to get homogeneous equation. So what I get? I get it as y of n minus 9 by 16 y of n minus 2. I am making all the, this should be written n. All the components with y x of n should be made 0. So I make it 0. This is homogeneous equation. Now characteristic equation is replace, I'll show it the general form. See here, replace y of n minus k with ri raised to n. That is what you need to write. So I'll show you how to write it. So in place of y of n, you should just write 1. When you have n minus k something, so that you have to be very careful. This is as good as k is 0 here. N minus k means minus 0. K is 0 here. Minus 9 by 16. Y of n minus 2 means r raised to this one I have to write in the index. This is equal to 0. 1 into r raised to 0 is 1 minus 9 by 16 r raised to minus 2 equal to 0. So to simplify it, what I do is I multiply with r square throughout the equation. So if I multiply with r square throughout the equation, 1 into r square is r square minus 9 by 16 into r square into r raised to minus 2 is just 9 by 16. R square into 0 is 0. So this is my characteristic equation. Okay, so if I solve it, I would get it as r square is equal to 9 by 16, r is equal to plus or minus square root of 9 by 16. This is equal to plus or minus 3 by 4. Therefore, r1 is equal to 3 by 4 and r2 is equal to minus 3 by 4. So when you have these two roots, you can write the homogeneous solution. Homogeneous solution y h of n you should write. N is given by, I refer the table, r1, r2 are real roots. So here c1, r1 should be enclosed the bracket raised to n. So in that fashion you need to write. So I get it as c1 3 by 4 raised to n plus c2 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 raised to n. You should have written minus 3 by 2 because R2 means minus 3 by 4. So this is the solution for the problem number 3. So now we'll take one more problem, problem number 4, next variety. Given equation is y of n plus 1 by 4 y of n minus 2. This is equal to x of n plus 2 into x of n minus 2. Solution. So first you need to get the homogeneous equation. So to get homogeneous equation, you have to make x of n equal to 0. So that you get it as y of n plus 1 by 4 y of n minus 2 equal to 0. That I write it here. Y of n plus 1 by 4 y of n minus 2 equal to 0. Now characteristic equation. So replace with r raised to 0 is 1 plus 1 by 4 r raised to minus 2 it is. This is equal to 0. So multiplying with r square throughout, I get as r square plus 1 by 4 is equal to 0. This is nothing but r square is equal to minus 1 by 4. This is nothing but r is equal to plus or minus square root of minus 1 by 4. Okay, if I solve it, I get as r is equal to plus or minus 1 by 4. If I take the square root, I'll get it as 1 by 2. Square root of minus 1 is nothing but I. So therefore R1 is equal to plus 1 by 2I. R2 is equal to minus 1 by 2I. These are the equations. These are complex equations. For discrete time, there is no variation between real roots or complex roots. Whatever you come, you should put it in this manner. There is no difference like continuous time. In continuous time, you should be very much careful. Like if it is real, this is a solution. If it is imaginary, this is a solution. If it is complex, this is a solution. But in discrete time, whatever might be the roots, this is a form. So directly I take the general form and I write the homogeneous solution. Homogeneous solution y h of n is written as c1 r1 raised to n plus c2 r2 raised to n. This is equal to c1 1 by 2I raised to n plus c2 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into I raised to n. So this is a homogeneous solution. So in one of the gate question, the similar kind of question was appeared, and in the options this solution was not given. This solution was not given. Rather, there was one more solution given like this: 1 by 2 e raised to j pi by 2 raised to n plus c2 1 by 2 e raised to minus j pi by 2 raised to n. This is how the solution was given. Now, why these are the twists that that are made in the GATE exams or competitive exams. Now you need to analyze why it has been written e raised to j pi by 2 in the place of I. Why they have written e raised to minus j pi by 2 in the place of minus 1 minus I. That is what you need to consider. So half into e raised to j pi by 2. This one can be written as half e raised to j theta can be written as by Euler's formula cos theta. Theta is pi by 2 plus j sine theta means pi by 2. Half cos pi by 2 means 0 plus sine pi by 2 means 1. So you get 1 by 2 j or I both mean same. 1 by 2 I. So in place of 1 by 2 I we are writing this. Now similarly for this one half e raised to minus j pi by 2 can be written as half cos of pi by 2 minus j sine pi by 2, because here it is minus pi by 2. Cos of minus pi by 2 is equivalent to cos pi by 2 because cos theta is equal to cos of minus theta. We know it. But sine of minus theta is not sine theta. It is minus sine theta. Hence I am writing in this fashion. So half cos pi by 2 is 0 minus j sine pi by 2 is 1. So you will get half minus, I'll take it, j or I both means the same. Hence minus half I can be written as in this fashion. So these both things, this as well as this, both are solutions for the given problem. Okay, so I hope there are no doubts in this section. Now I want you to solve one of the assignments. D square by dt square y of t plus 3 into d by dt y of t plus 2 y of t equal to x of t plus d by dt of x of t. Okay, so for this you need to find the homogeneous solution. Homogeneous solution should be found out. That's the assignment for you. Next comes particular solution. Particular solution, I'll just begin with it. So it is obtained for the given input. A homogeneous solution is also called as natural response because natural response means normally the input is 0. I am not forcing any input. That's why it is called as natural response. That's why we call it as homogeneous solution. Particular solution is when we force the input. Homogeneous solution is when we don't force any input. That solution is called homogeneous solution. Particular solution is the one with where we force the input. Let me write it here during the start. So when no input is forced. Okay, this is homogeneous solution. Here input is given or provided. That will get me the particular solution. So let us just take like what kind of the input if I supply, what the way of particular solution will look like. That is what we just look into. So y of p is not unique. So different for different inputs. Hence, I make the table here. This is for continuous time signal. This is for discrete time signal. Okay. So for continuous time signal, the table goes like this. This is the kind of the input. This is the particular solution. And this is the input for discrete time system. And this is particular solution for discrete time system. Okay. The input, if the input is input is 1. If the input is constant, the particular solution is C. Here also same. If the input is 1, the particular solution is C. If the input is T of the form T, then the particular solution is of the form C1 into T plus C2. Similarly here, if the input is of the form N, the particular solution is C1 N plus C2. And if the input is of the form of exponential e raised to minus at, then the particular solution is of the form c into e raised to minus at. Here, if the input is of form alpha raised to n, alpha being any constant, here it is c into alpha raised to n is a particular solution. If the input is of the form cos omega t plus pi, thus plus pi means even if it is sine, the particular solution is of the form c1 cos omega t plus C2 sin omega t. Here cos of omega n plus phi, if this is the input, the output of the particular solution form is C1 cos of omega n plus C2 sin of omega n. This is a table to be remembered. You should remember this table. What kind of the input I am having in the given system, based on that particular solutions will be derived. That's why this table plays a very vital role. You should remember this table for solving the numericals. Let us go with the first example. First example goes like this. Determine the particular solution with the input given described by following differential and difference equation. The input is given as these are given things. Input is given as x of t is equal to e raised to minus t. This is the input. And the system is given by differential equation. D square by dt square y of t plus 5 into d by dt of y of t plus 6 into y of t, which is equal to 2 into x of t plus d by dt x of t. Okay, let me name it as equation 1. Okay, so this is a question slightly different than what we did it in some homogeneous solution definition. So solution goes like this. I have already named it as equation 1. The very first thing is the particular solution is of the form. So what you need to do is yp of t form should be decided by on the basis of the input supplied. Input is exponential. And it is a continuous time. E raised to minus at is c into e raised to minus at. It is c into e raised to minus a, means it is just 1 here, minus t. This is a particular solution form. Okay, so I write it in, so it is minus e raised to t or else c into e raised to minus t, to be general. Okay, since why it is, because since x of t is equal to e raised to minus t, that's why. Okay, this is a particular solution. Now what we have to do is you have to substitute it in 1. You have to substitute this y of t equal to c into e raised to minus t in 1. Where you need to substitute, wherever you have y of t, there you need to substitute it. By substituting it, we get d square by dt square of y of t, means this is what I need to write, c into e raised to minus t plus 5 into d by dt of c into e raised to minus t plus 6 y of t, means c into e raised to minus t. This is equal to 2 into, in place of x of t is what? X of t is given e raised to minus t plus d by dt, it is given as e raised to minus t. So this is what we get after substitution. So once we solve it, you just here concentrate. Differentiation of this, c is constant, take it out. Differentiation of e raised to minus t is minus into e raised to minus t. Again, one more time, if I differentiate, one more minus comes. That minus and the previous minus get cancels. You will be remaining with only e raised to minus t. Okay, c is taken out, so I write it here. You double check it, you cross check it. It is very simple. Differentiation of e raised to minus t gives me e raised to minus t and minus sign. One more time, if you differentiate e raised to minus t, one more minus sign comes. So that and this gets cancels. So you will get only this much plus 5. Here you get one time differentiation, so you should get a minus sign. So this plus sign I replace it with minus 5 c into e raised to minus t plus 6 into c into e raised to minus t. This is equal to 2 into e raised to minus t. Here differentiation of e raised to minus t is minus into e raised to minus t. So what I do is I take e raised to minus t common on both sides, or else I cancel out. E raised to minus t cancel, because I take common here, I cancel it. So what I get, c minus 5c plus 6c, this is equal to 2 minus 1. Very simple. C minus 5 is minus 4c. Minus 4c plus 6c is 2c is equal to 1. This is equal to c is equal to 1 by 2. So I got the c. So once I got the c, this is a particular solution. So I name it as 2, equation 2. So by equation 2, the particular solution becomes yp of t becomes c into e raised to minus ts. So I substitute c with 1 by 2 e raised to minus t. This is a particular solution. So let me take the next one. So second one in this section, the input is given as x of t is equal to cos of 2t, and the output is not output, system is d square by dt square y of t plus 3 into d by dt y of t plus 2 into y of t, which is equal to x of t plus d by dt of x of t. This is named as equation 1. Now I go for solution. So before I go for solution, so I need to decide the form of the particular solution. The form of the particular solution yp of t is, by referring the table, your input is of the form cos of 2t. Cos of 2t. Where is cos of 2t? Here. The form is c1 cos omega t plus c2 cos omega t. That is what we write. The form goes like this. C1 cos omega t plus C2 cos sine omega t. Since your input is cos 2t, that's why. So to write it specific to this problem, the particular solution form look like C1 cos omega. In place of omega, I'm having 2 here. 2t plus C2 sine 2t. Okay, so this I call it as equation 2. Now what I have to do? Substitute equation 2 in 1. So this whole of the things I need to substitute here. So by doing this, I get it as d square by dt square. So write it carefully. C1 cos 2t plus C2 sine 2t plus 3 into d by dt. So write the same thing. C1 cos 2t plus C2 sine 2t plus 2 into, in place of y of t, just write it as it is. C1 cos 2t plus C2 sine 2t. This is equal to, so x of t means just cos 2t plus d by dt of cos 2t. That's it. Okay, so you should carefully solve it because it looks big, but it is there is no logic involved. Just simple simplification. It is double time differentiation of cos 2t. What do you get? So the differentiation will get you the minus sign. So hence you have to write it as minus, and 2 when you differentiate for the first time, 2 will be coming out, and second time differentiation, one more 2 will be multiplied to it. Hence you will get it as minus 4 into C1 cos. Similarly for this, minus 4 C2 sine into 2t minus this 2 also come out. 3 into 2 is 6 C1 cos 2t after differentiation would have become sine 2t, and here differentiation of sine becomes, it will remain plus 3 into 2 is 6 C2 cos 2t. So differentiation of sine is cos t. Differentiation of cos is minus sin t. So hence these are the changes happening. Plus 2 into so here 2 into C1. There is no differentiation at all. 2 into C1 cos 2t plus 2 into C2 sin 2t. It looks big, but please concentrate here. This gives me cos 2t cos 2t. Differentiation of cos is minus, and there is 2 is there, 2 sine 2t. So you have to solve it carefully. So after solving it, the LHS only, solve LHS only. So cos 2t terms, minus 4 C1 plus 6 C2 and plus 2 C1. All these things. One second. So concentrate here. This term, and this term. Combinedly, what I get? Minus 4 C1 plus 2 C1. I'll get minus 2 C1, and plus 6 C2. So these things I got it for cos term, cos 2t. Similarly for sine, this one, and this one. Minus 4c2 plus 2c2 and minus 6c1. So plus minus 6c1 minus 4c2 plus 2c2 is minus 2c2. These are sine 2t terms. This is equal to RHS as it is, you write cos 2t minus 2 into sine 2t. So careful here. Here is a very important step. What you have to do is you have to compare left hand side and right hand side. Compare cos 2t terms with cos 2t terms of the right hand side, and similarly with RH, the sine terms. So if I compare, I get minus 2c1 plus 6c2 is equal to, so cos 2t's constant is 1 here. I write it as 1. Okay, so call this as equation A. Similarly for the next one, sine 2t, here it is minus 6 c1 minus 2 c2 should be equated with minus c2, minus 2. Okay, so this one I name it as equation B. So let me take it in this other section. So I got two equations. Those are minus 2 c1 plus 6 c2 is equal to 1. Next is minus 6 c1 minus 2 c2 is equal to minus 2. So these are the equations which I got. So one of the equations you need to match to compute the c1 and c2. So I multiply it with 3. I get it as minus 18 c1 minus 6 c2. This is minus 6. So I write the first equation as it is here, minus 2 c1 plus 6 c2. This is equal to 1. So if I solve it, this cancels. Thus you get it as minus 20 c1 is equal to minus 5. So minus cancels. You will get c1 as 1 by 4. So if I substitute c1 in any of the equation, I substitute it here, minus 2 1 by 4 plus 6 c2 is equal to 1. You get it as 6 c2 1 minus this, I take it on the other side, plus 1 by 2 you get. So hence if you solve, you will get c2 as also as 1 by 4. C2 also as 1 by 4. So therefore the particular solution looks like, just substitute C1 and C2 in the equation 2. Equation 2 is here, C1 C2. So cos 2t sin 2t. So I write it as 1 by 4 cos 2t plus 1 by 4 sin 2t. This is your answer for the question asked. So take down the assignments for particular solution. Assignments for particular solution. First one, input given is x of n is equal to 2, and the equation system given is, this is the input, and the system given by y of n, this is a discrete time, okay, just give a try. Y of n minus 2 is equal to x of n minus 2. Find out the particular solution. Second one, x of n is equal to 1 by 2 raised to n, and the system is given by y of n plus 1 by 4 y of n minus 2. This is equal to x of n plus 2 into x of n minus 2. So these are the two homework or assignments for you In both the case, you need to find the particular solution. Okay. So with this, we are concluding today's lecture. Thank you.